Hey everybody, how's it going? Poncheezy here coming at you with another new episode of Posing Ain't Easy. Yeah, I know it's been so long, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and fix that. As you know, previous episodes have been 30 to 40 minutes long. I go over a couple of different shots, a big handful, a lot of different stuff sprinkled in, and because of that, it takes a long time to accumulate all the clips I want to make for a long format show. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit and hopefully it works out. I'm going to be going over one shot only in each episode. They'll be a little bit shorter, actually a lot shorter. But because of that, hopefully I can go ahead and start editing them a lot sooner and they'll be coming out a lot closer together as well. So today I got a really tight shot, something I've been trying to do forever, and I'm super stoked to get it set up. Admittedly, I'm a little rusty, but I'm going to go ahead and try and shake it off in today's episode of Posing Ain't Easy. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage, baby! Woo!
Yo, what's up girls and boys? It's time to make some noise, cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders, I collect them all. Gotta make sure your pose is tight though. Make sure your lighting's right yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life, bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host Poncheezy. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Alright, let's set the stage. The year, 2015. Month, January. Day, 28th. Spider-Man and the X-Men. This is not working. January 28th, 2015, Spider-Man and the X-Men issue 2 comes out, and unbeknownst to everyone, it has single-handedly the greatest single panel I've ever seen in a Spider-Man comic. Hidden away in one of the pages was this small nugget of comedic gold. It's Sauron sitting on a dinosaur talking about his plan, and Spider-Man is like, you can rewrite DNA on the fly, and you're using it to turn people into dinosaurs? But with tech like that, you could cure cancer. Sauron. Yo! But I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs. And ever since I saw that, I knew that one day I would need to recreate that in a display. And since that Sauron bath just dropped, today is that day. So this is basically what I was waiting for. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this shot for such a long time, but there weren't really any good Sauron figures. There was one released a couple of years ago, but I wasn't really feeling that. And as soon as this bath was announced, yo, I knew I had that. Dumb. But admittedly, I'm not that big of an X-Men head. I know, it's the worst. I question myself daily as well, but I'm not that big of an X-Men head, and since this wave was primarily just a bunch of X-Men guys, I decided to just skip out on buying the whole wave, and I bought the bath just loose on Amazon. Not Amazon, what am I talking about? So I picked up the bath loose on eBay, one of those great coupons, and I love this bath. He's massive, he's huge, and he looks really good. On the Amazing Spider-Man lizard body, really good use of reusing that mold, and it works here. So I'm excited to go ahead and start shooting. Let's just go ahead and set that right there. Nice. Another crucial part of the puzzle is this guy. Yo, he looks really dumb right now. And this, what? He just looks super stupid at this angle. Anyway, another crucial part of the puzzle is a dinosaur for Sauron to ride on. The ones in the comic are a little bit more stylized. They're all blue. I was originally going to do a cutout for that, but I decided that real elements instead of cutouts would be a little bit better and add more depth to the photo. Even though it's not as accurate as using a cutout, I just opted for the depth versus accuracy on this, just to give the photo a little bit more vibrance and life. Next up, I'm opting to use the Ultimate Spider-Man Spidey right here. Yo, I love this figure. Top 10 Spider-Man figure. No, you know what? No. Top 5. Top 5, baby. Spider-Man figures in the game. Spider-Man figures come out so often, but it's really nice to have this one. I think the only thing that would ever elevate this would be butterfly joints, and then we're talking. Can't wait for that Mafex spider though. Let's not get it twisted. But this one is nice. I really like this one, so I went ahead and chose this guy. Okay, let's go ahead and start setting up. As you can see, I opted for a different background. It's not a forest or jungle or whatever you want to call it like in the original photo. I don't have any backgrounds for that. I did have a Namek background, and I knew that the shot would be blurred out enough to know where you couldn't really make out the details to know for sure it was Namek, so I opted for this one. That's a nice little tip that you might want to, you know, pocket for a little bit later. Your backgrounds necessarily don't have to be 100% accurate if you know that you're going to be hitting it with a low focal point. It'll just be blurred out anyway. Oh my god. Already. So good. So right here I'm just fine-tuning the posing as much as possible, looking at the source material, trying to get it as close to the source material as possible. So since he's standing so high up and Spider-Man's line of sight will be too low, I'm just going to go ahead and pop him on there. I'm just using this thing, anything to go ahead and elevate him. He won't be in the shot, so it really doesn't even matter. In the original shot, his hand isn't up, it's just the back of his head, but I decided to go ahead and slap his hand up just for that little extra bit of character. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like, if you're trying to recreate a shot, and it's specifically just a simpler shot, don't be afraid to just, you know, pepper in your own stuff, just make it look cool, whatever. One of the last things I'll touch on in posing is line of sight. Line of sight is a huge detail. You can be surprised at how much your photo will lose its quality of realism if the line of sight is off. So it's always important to have both of your subjects kind of looking at each other. Obviously, if they're having a conversation, they're going to be looking at each other. It just helps sell the validity of the photo a little bit more, and it just helps make it a concise, you know what, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying big ass words, honestly. The bottom line is it really helps sell the shot, and it just makes sense. So I've got my cutouts right here. I went ahead and edged them, meaning that I took a Sharpie or a black marker and I traced along the edges of the cutout. Basically, that helps you eliminate any white lines around the black border of your cutout. Shout out to Michael Whisman, great tutorial, look it up. Sounded pretty aggressive right there. But another thing But for this, I went ahead and used a technique that I don't use enough, but I see used around the community a lot in terms of setting up my cutouts. You'll see in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of wax. So there's a little bit of pubic hair on it. No, not really. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of wax right on the back of it, and then take any kind of wire or just anything that can bend and can have strength on it. So I'm just using a little bit of like twisty ties right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it right into there. So basically, you'll see in just a second, it creates this kind of like, I don't know, stand for it, I guess. I'm having like a total brain fart right now. I have no idea what's going on, but it eliminates you from having to anchor this cutout to something in your scene. So in this scene, the cutout is supposed to go like right here-ish, and there's really no space to attach it to. If you put it right here on the Triceratops, it might look weird. If you put it on the horn, it might look weird too. So what this little technique does is it allows you to go ahead and put it right here and kind of wedge it somewhere to where it's like free floating, and then you don't even see the stand anywhere. So it works out really well. God damn. If you can't find a place to go ahead and balance it, don't be afraid to slap some wax on the back end too. Should make it infinitely easier. Which it did. Why did I even bother with what I was doing before? I just look like an idiot for the last 10 minutes. So much easier. So next up, I'm just going to go ahead and light it. For some of these smaller shots, there's not really a lot of ambient light that I'm going to go ahead and mess with. Just 2 light sources. Ideally, you should use 3. But I have my room light acting as the 3rd light, I guess, filling in the background. So I'm just going to go ahead and light this bad boy right here. Oh, let's go ahead and Lighting looks pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and fine tune, oops, Lord, some posing real quick. Make sure the line of sight is still good. And here we have it. Dude, I have wanted to shoot this scene for so long. You have no idea. It's so good. Like, you know, I don't know. It's a proven fact that when you're trying to solve a problem and you're struggling with it, and then you finally get it and you see, like, you know, the results of all your hard work and stuff like that, it like just makes you feel good. It releases these endorphins in your brain, and you just get overwhelmed with this feeling of accomplishment and sensation of just, I don't know what it is, dude. I've had this in my mind's eye for so long, and for it to come together so perfectly, like, this is a one-to-one of what I had in my head. It's just good. Feels good to be shooting again. Feels good to be making videos again. Hope you guys had as much fun watching it as I did setting it up. As always, thank you so much for supporting my content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Peace.
この世界の片隅で今を生きる僕らは涙を越えて光の誘へ僕らの信じてるこの夢や理想は目を離した隙に壊れてしまいそうだ何千万億千年なフラッシュバックスローモーション空の下消し去ってしまいたい音のリアル予測不能1秒先の心を奪われていたずらに傷つけられたら何かがどこから溢れて止まらないこの世界の片隅で今を生きる僕らは涙を越えて光の誘へ0か1か10か100か答えを探してる何度でも何度でも響き合う心の音 Yes, no
Oh, shit.